What's happening tonight, guys? Happy Halloween weekend to all you Halloween fans out there. In this video, guys, I really wanted to talk about a Halloween sequel idea and a Friday the 13th reboot idea. Now, there's no question that with the success of Halloween 2018 last weekend that we are going to get a Halloween sequel. But when are we going to get a Halloween sequel? Now, there have been many speculations that Blumhouse was going to try to do this within a year. Kind of like how they did last year's, I believe that they wrote the script in December of last year, they started filming in January of last year, and then they started wrapping up around early March of last year. I'm not sure if that's going to be the green light for this upcoming 2019. I think that they should hold off until October 2020 to release the next Halloween sequel. Now, there's no doubt, like I said, that we are going to get a sequel, because if you guys have seen the movie, which I hope that you guys have seen the movie by now, but if you haven't, please go check it out. I think that it's very worthwhile seeing. Like I said, if you guys haven't seen my movie review, I know that some of you guys were probably questioning, like, oh my gosh, I thought that you update videos every day, essentially, because that's what I've kind of been used to, especially leading up to Halloween 2018. So this week I kind of just let you guys take a look at my Halloween 2018 review and see for yourself what I thought about the movie. And now I'm kind of wanting to talk a little bit about what we can get in the sequel, because there is no doubt, like I said, that we are getting a sequel. So at the end of the movie, we saw the Shape trapped in Laurie's trap that she had prepared for him for the last 40 years, and it shows him looking up at the three Strodes, and my gosh, guys, it was such a powerful scene, not only for Michael, but for Laurie, because it seems like that she had finally won, but that's not necessarily the case, because if you guys stayed until the end of the credits, we see, or we hear, better yet, that the Shape is still breathing. We hear those breaths of him hinting at a sequel. So there's no doubt that Michael's still alive, that there is going to be another face-off against Laurie and Michael, especially because Jamie Lee Curtis has said that she is on board to do another Halloween sequel. Now, I'll probably have a video coming out later on this week on that, because I saw the article saying that Jamie Lee Curtis will do another Halloween sequel, but I didn't see, and it said if ... Now, I didn't get a chance to read any further than that Jamie Lee Curtis will agree to do a Blumhouse Halloween sequel if. So if you guys know anything about that, please share some links in the comment section just so I can kind of catch up on the sequel news. That would help me out a great amount. But guys, 2020 could be a very big year, because at the same time, they're also looking at remaking Friday the 13th. Now, right now, it looks like that LeBron James is going to get the green light to work on the Friday the 13th reboot, which I'm kind of questioning. I don't see him as a person as having an idea to what a Friday the 13th movie should be. Now, there's no doubt that this franchise needs a good remake badly. Now, because I mean, even the Friday the 13th franchise, it's not as popular as Halloween. Although it's popular, it's not as popular as the Halloween franchise. And I think that that's what it tried to become when it became an entire franchise. It tried to be like Halloween, but it just never really did as good, especially in the later sequels. Like, I love Friday the 13th Part 1, 2, 3, and 4, but then it's like after 4, it really starts to fall apart. And I also really do enjoy Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. I think that that one's actually a really fun, doesn't take itself seriously kind of movie, but in all honesty, guys, this film needs a good reboot. And I enjoyed the reboot when it came out in 2009, but there is still a lot of issues with that movie that I just don't think should have been in it. So yes, guys, this film does need a big reboot, and it looks like that in 2020 we are looking to get that, and right now it looks like the release date is set for a November 13th, 2020 release, and that's right after the Halloween season. And the only reason that they're looking at releasing it in November is because that is when the closest Friday the 13th to Halloween is. And they want to do it for 2020 because it is the 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th, so it seems like they're kind of going the same route that Halloween took when it comes to stories. Now, there is a lot of things that I do want to see in the Friday the 13th reboot. Like, I want more Jason in the Friday the 13th remake. I want to see him face off against someone like Laurie and Michael faced off in the Friday the 13th series. Like, maybe they take the counselor that survived the mother, and then they have her go up against Jason several years later. I think that would be pretty neat, but I mean, at the same time, that's also kind of copying what Halloween did. I want to see an original Friday the 13th idea that just shocks me. It blows me away. Because if you think about it, the Friday the 13th remake, like, they gave us that entire opening, but you know, they really had that extended sex scene in the beginning that just didn't need to be in it. It showed Jason kill so many people in the opening that it was almost just like setting up for a movie of just where Jason kills people and that there's sex and stuff like that. And although the deaths were cool and Jason looked really awesome in Friday the 13th, I also wasn't a big fan of the way that he got his mask in the remake. So, you know, I think that there was just a lot of choppiness in the remake that just didn't really work well for me as a Friday the 13th fan, but I do hope that the sequel that's coming out in 2020, it seems like, will satisfy, I should say. But I don't think that LeBron James should be redoing the Friday the 13th movie. I just don't see that. Now, I know that Womp Stomp, who did Never Hike Alone, is looking at potentially coming on board for the Friday the 13th reboot, but you know, that's really up in the air right now. That's if they get really lucky, and you know, I'm really rooting for them because I did love Never Hike Alone a lot, so I'm really hoping that Womp Stomp gets at least some part, gets a piece of the Friday the 13th 2020 reboot. But guys, that's just my opinion on everything right now. I don't have too much detail about the Friday the 13th reboot other than I do know that they're looking to do that in 2020, and I'm hoping that they don't rush the Halloween 2018 sequel. I hope that they let it carry on for 2 years and then have it come out in 2020. So that way, 2020 could be massive. That's why on the thumbnail it says it could be a massive year for horror fans, especially because if we get a Friday the 13th movie and a Halloween movie, my gosh, guys, that would be so awesome. I do think that Halloween would come out before Friday the 13th because I think that they would be looking at an October 2020 release for the Halloween sequel, but that's just as far as I'm going right now. I'm just saying that it could be a really big year for horror fans, so I'm getting really excited for the coming years with horror. I really think that we have a lot of good stuff to look forward to, so post your guys' comments down below. Let me know, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for the Friday the 13th reboot and potentially getting the Halloween sequel in the same year? I know I am. Leave your guys' comments in the comments section. I'd absolutely love to read them. And as always, if you guys like this, you guys can click right here and become a Halloween.